think about it. When you're talking about human nature and the way the Almighty made us, no two people are going to interpret what they see in reality exactly the same way. Why? Because everybody is different. It is the essential message that we look for that proves whether the person is telling the truth or not. A person can tell the same story over and over again. The essential points will be exactly the same, but the individual words, sentences, and phrases are going to change every time. Why? Because who's going to sit back and memorize exactly what they said the first time and try to say it back to you exactly the same way? Do you realize how silly that is? Nobody does that, and nobody expects that. If a person did that, you would be very suspicious, because then it sounds like something that's rehearsed, something that they memorized, and they're trying to say it exactly the same way every time. That's not real. It would be so weird if three different people got up and they said, tell us what happened at a court trial. And each person said the exact same thing, used the exact same words and the exact same sentences. What would be the first thing on everybody's mind? This is fake. They done sat down, they done got this story together, and they are colluding with one another. We would expect each person to tell what happened in their own words. And what are we listening for? The main facts. We're not looking to see if each person is making every sentence exactly the same and saying the exact same words at the exact same time. Do you understand how ridiculous that is? No two people are going to tell about what happened at a certain event that were there at that time exactly the same way, but yet they both will be telling the truth. Everybody's going to see things and hear things and remember things in different ways and even express things. Certain people's minds are going to focus on one thing more than another person's will. Some people are going to be able to give you more details about something than another person will, but that other person will give you more details about something else. Some person will give you a better overview of all of it, but they will leave out different details. Each person is going to give it a little bit different, but they'll all be telling the truth. And that's how the Bible was written, by men who were inspired to tell what they saw from their own personal experience. And this is how people who try to attack the scriptures will try to go in there. Well, Matthew said this, and Mark said this, and Luke said this, and John said this. Which is it? What do you mean, which is it? They're all telling it to you as they remember it, as they saw it, and as whatever their mind was focused on. There's going to be differences. There's always going to be differences because different men will focus on different things. Different men will see different aspects of it. Different men will notice different details that another man may not even notice or even focus in on. It does not mean that they're telling a different story. They're all telling the same story from their own unique perspective. It is things like this that unbelievers will try to point out to try to throw shade on the word, when not one of them will be able to tell the same story exactly the same way twice. Not one of them will be able to show you any historian that recorded something in history, any two historians, and they recorded all of the events, circumstances exactly the same. It's always going to be variations and differences. That's a part of life.